Does it take this special rule set for LawLiet to finally edge out a victory? Everybody will be going with Tavern Hero builds, that's for sure. We will be meeting in the middle. We will have an Ancient of War towards the right-hand side. This indicates quite some creeping. No instant harass. And by happy, you see the tome, you see the Ziggies, you see the crypt, you will then see the altar. I'd pay 10,000 euro for your beard. Well, I can shave it off and send it to you. For 10,000 euros. Easy, easy, easy. But yeah, we digress, everybody. We digress. I think LawLiet looked really good. He lost the map to Sheik on this map, where he wanted to expand, where Sheik was expanding, and then LawLiet tried to brute force it, include on one base. He tried to counter expand before, but then there was too much pressure by Sheik, who found a nice timing. Then the undead expansion paid off, and then there was a win. Other races can't sell TP. Okay, I should explain this a little more. How Happy sells the TP is via backpack. So you see it here, the research is coming. With that backpack upgrade, units like ghouls and fiends get an inventory slot. So you meet at the middle. Happy is giving his town portal that you get with your first hero to a ghoul. The ghoul goes home, sells it here. And then you got the extra 180 gold. Other races would either, to do the same, go to the merchant where creeps are. Oh, double Fire Lord! 666, it's getting hot in here. Would either have to go to the merchant to sell it, or build a shop which is not part of their build order. So in this case, it's not that meaningful because Happy goes home anyway to probably creep his own expansion. But usually what he does is he sends a ghoul home, sells the TP, his hero goes for harass. So I hope that made it a little clearer. But yeah, I am lit. Here we are. Lava spawns on both sides. That is of course a phenomenal summon in the beginning. As the more it hits, the more it splits. And then you got not one lava spawn, you see it here. Boink. But two. And then they duplicate again and again and again and again and again. This match will revolve around expansions. You see it here. You will see it here. Happy sold the TP as we said. And is going across the map. Since there's no aggression by LawLiet, Happy's game sense is good enough to realize that there's an expansion going on, and he'll do his best to interrupt this. Ghouls are coming in. So are the detonates. Up until now, high class gaming. We got Incinerate on Happy. We got Incinerate not unlocked yet by LawLiet, which is a little bit of a nuisance, I gotta say. He's missing out on quite some damage. Saving mana though. Ring of Regen for Happy, absolutely fantastic, especially if you're in a harassing position. Getting passive HP regen is awesome. And here are the ghouls, 4 of them. This should be more than the magic number to tear down this tree. And there's unfortunately no chance for LawLiet to hold this. He probably calculated it in. Happy always knows exactly how many ghouls to pull at what time, and not only does he pull them in, he also pulls them. Oh, I was about to praise him for his ghoul micro, but that's 2 ghouls falling. All about how expensive can you make it. Now we got Incinerate. Would have loved to see that earlier. Backpack technology, new meta. How about butt pack technology, butt crumbs? So this was a minute of a delay, which Happy kinda needed because this expansion was coming up rather late as well. Maybe he pulled too many ghouls early. It was short-ish on lumber. At the same time, not only is LawLiet expanding, but he is also teching. And this is something that Happy can't afford yet, as his lumber, due to the ghoul pull, is once again low. So LawLiet full defense mode. As far away from the expansion as possible, trying to get the damage in. Happy pulls the ghoul back immediately. Same has to be done with the archers. Waiting for another lava spawn, but that actually isn't here. Surround! Surround! But what can you do? What can you do? You can summon another lava spawn to keep the surround closed, and Happy, of course, has no TP. The ghouls are here to the rescue. Opens it up again. The block by the archer. LawLiet in 2020 DreamHack shape, as it seems. Extraordinary plays from the Korean Night Elf. Everybody is talking about the Chinese Night Elves at the moment. Everybody is talking about life. Everybody is talking about Kaho. But this was vintage. LawLiet, so smart. And so well executed. Very stressful early game. This was a life-saving surround. Happy has to rebuy the Fire Lord from the altar. Mega POC play by LawLiet, man. I can't believe it. When this guy's on fire, this guy is on fire. I don't see enough POCs in the play, everybody. I don't see enough appreciation for the greatness that is LawLiet in shape.
A player's forces are under attack.
Still not over though. Saves the mid game. This is something that LawLiet wasn't able to do against Sheik, and then Sheik was accelerating very quickly and overwhelming really quickly. And now we are as with the advantage of level 2 lava spawns. I might have said water elemental a bit in the past couple of moments. Sorry, my mind is drifting apart. So what will we see then on tier 2? Dryads are going to be incredibly helpful for LawLiet, as they offer Dispel to the Fire Lord, and they offer crowd control, and they can't be attacked by any future skills. Further down the road, we will end up with tier 3 and bears, most likely. Mass Dryads is a strategy that you can play, but only if you have an economic advantage. For Happy, things should be pretty clear. It's gonna be double Rex and Fiends into Destroyers. And then a push. Question is someone going for a second hero? And we absolutely do. This is the Naga. Regular second hero for the Night Elves. Without, like, with a Demon Hunter, with whatever. Offers crowd control via Ice Arrow, and it's very hard to run away from that. Easy XP, thanks to Incinerate, thanks to Skeletons. Happy is rather blind for his standards. He has low information about what's going on the map. LawLiet seems brave. He has the cloak, can hide, but there's reveal against that. Versus Night Elf, you kind of always want to have that. And I wonder if LawLiet is maybe a little too aggressive here. He is buying time by slithering away. Archers, you want to rotate out anyway. What do you want to give it to Happy's XP bar? Probably not. Level 4 for the Fire Lord, so calculated trades. And in the meantime, the lava spawns put some pressure on the Fiends, also splitting with that. Happy can't even go to the tavern if he wanted to. No second hero. Super aggressive. And now we go into the economy once again. That buys time for the tier 3. The Dryads are coming so far. Happy really can't deal with LawLiet's heat. Forgot the sunscreen. Well, sunscreen doesn't help you against living lava, I guess, but, you know, you can try. More wisps coming in. Dispel will be important against skeletons and lava spawns. Double shop. He's gonna go for triple orb of venom, isn't he? That's gonna be some incredible damage down the road. LawLiet can go home at any given time, and that time is now. The time for the harass is up. You can't see me. His time is now. We get the slaughterhouses only now. That's incredibly late. Happy is floating almost 1,000 gold. This is very rare to see. I mean, he just spent 300 on the slaughterhouses, but still, mismanaged resources is not something that happens to Happy on a regular basis. In the meantime, creeping continues with the Dryads, with the Dispel, with the Bears coming. That offers rejuvenation. And again, control of the map in the middle with all the CC. Everything is hurt here now though, and we don't have a TP anymore. LawLiet, it would be quite fantastic to not donate too much. He wanted that item, he wanted the XP, he sacrifices a Dryad for it. Fiends with the piercing damage, very much advantageous towards LawLiet's Dryads. LawLiet Dryad. That rhymes. Lol, I never noticed. But now the shop is up and that is instant double orb of venom. That applies a damage over time to the target and it stacks as long as it's from different sources. So every hit from the two heroes is gonna be 120 damage, or is it 180 damage? But yeah, oh, Dark Ranger is up too! With silence, actually. Happy trying to get out and does. LawLiet quite a bit ahead, but destroyers are coming, even though it's gonna be a bit late. Lumber has been fixed. This is sometimes an overlooked part of Happy's play. It feels like he always knows how much lumber he needs at any given time. Doesn't the orb override Frost Arrow and Incinerate? Yes, it does. But it's still very good. Could maybe go for Mana Shield even on level 4, but that's further down the line. So we pass the orb to the Dark Ranger, who's not going for Black Arrow then, to keep the crowd control from the Naga up, which I think is very smart. Incinerate is mostly a little bit of damage. Black Arrow is more important for later. You just want a good range hero. Usually you would add a Potom, but since this is Tavern Hero only, you can't really go for that. And is there... what else would be an option? You got Firelord Naga already. Dark Ranger, apart from that... is there even a ranged hero from the Tavern to play Triple Orb? What am I forgetting? Tinker, no. Panda, no. Pitlord, no. Alchemist, no. I feel like I'm forgetting one. Beastmaster, no. So then Dark Ranger is the only option. Of course, orbs work on melee heroes as well, but you always want to be in a position where you can choose the target instead of letting the position on the battlefield dictate the target. And we have Life Drain. We mention this often in our casts. Amazing. Amazing item for LawLiet to come in with the Unholy Aura. Because you have a lot of slow already and then your army movement gets boosted. Phenomenal. And if Happy goes Abominations with Disease Cloud, which is damage over time, having a little bit extra natural HP regen is fine as well. LawLiet saw this push coming, that's why the AP is up. The supply is clearly in Happy's favor, but the inventory is with LawLiet. And now we got Triple Orb, and that is incredible damage. The damage stacks up, stacks up, stacks up. We got illusions, which is rather annoying. Fort Lightning mostly tickles. We have a transition ready for Mountain Giants who are supposed to soak up the damage from all the fiends. We got a double staff, so a lot of units can be saved. Now the shop is gone, so no more potions. And how much damage? It's like the damage is seriously only coming from the heroes. Mountain Giants, ignorable. Dryads, nah, not really there. And the supply is even now. But LawLiet has... what is it? 17 supply stuck in production that are not here with him. Can he get some kills in the meantime? Life Drain. Again and again and again and again. I was about to talk about Life Drain, but then I got distracted. So, a lot of DPS on level 2 and 3 on. More Mountain Giants kicking in. 3 of them! quite phenomenal, but you need some healing now on the Dark Ranger. That's the health stone gone. Happy upgrading web. We get taunt, we get taunt, we get taunt. But of course, if you have the control of a Happy that doesn't distract you too much, we go for the 4th mountain giant. The first one's about to fall here. Massive AoE coming in for the Naga. Was about to get some kills, and the Destro down as well. Phenomenal fight. Everything clicks. And now we got a supply lead. Lifesteal makes the Dark Ranger quite a tank. Firelord level 5. Didn't even skill yet. But we're both on 2 bases, and Happy certainly, with his enormous control, has some potential to win a fight out of nowhere. Happy no orb. That's true, actually. Happy has no orb of corruption. That's a huge mistake. Do you really? Oh, soul burn on top. So double silence, basically. Damage over time as well. The incinerate is useless now. It's an amazing orb effect, I think, against mass ghouls, mass footies, like a lot, but small and squishy units. Because then you kill them faster and they explode, and then when they explode, they deal damage to everything around them. But now, with Abomination and Fiends in the way, it doesn't really do too much. And here's the next push. It is clobbering time, everybody. 4 MGs, that is 28 supply with sticks in their hands. And we talked a little bit about damage. While the normal damage of mountain giants, due to their slow attack speed, isn't that great, when they have sticks, their attack type changes to siege, and that makes them real good. Soul burn, and now gotta be careful. Last game was with an AP, was with the shops, was with the Moonwells. Can we do the same here? Dark Ranger is soaking that life. Wants to have level 2 at any given cost. Always gotta be careful. There's no potions here. Only an Invo potion on the Naga, but life drain is of the essence. We got an Invo potion to the rescue. We got staffs at the ready, but we need the staffs soon. There is one, and this might just be the TP. Firelord about to drop supply-wise. It's neck and neck, but might be about to change here with the Dryads falling and also the Mountain Giant, which is not killed off, actually. Even fight, I'd say. Both are getting experience. LawLiet being incredibly close to 4 and 3, which will then offer Mana Shield, which, since we're not using our Frost Arrow, can be really, really good to keep her alive. You saw the hero focus of Happy. That will be the targets. And Life Drain level 2, guys. Don't get fooled by how weak Life Drain 1 is. Life Drain 2 is really good, and Life Drain 3 is insane. This begs the question if LawLiet should have gone for a 3rd base already during this push, if he had the resources for it. Now it might be a little bit too late. Levels are up. We see the Mana Shield. We see the Life Drain. As if I know something about this game and this player, huh? Orb on Naga? Yeah. It just makes sense. It's all about the damage. When you play Mountain Giants, you have basically no other source of damage. You gotta do this. Third attack upgrade. We get a transition. We have seen Life in a similar situation against Happy. And then he added chimaeras. And... oh, on Happy's side. Okay. Life in a similar situation, but then there were chimaeras and he was dumping 2k gold into it. And that was quite a waste, actually. Third attack upgrade, more leveling, but Happy with the next push. We do not have a TP on LawLiet's side. So he he can't... it's gonna be open fights anyway, and then Frost Arrow isn't that great. Incinerate is. So I think this is why. We don't have Nature's Blessing. This might cost LawLiet the expansion. He has a couple of wisps here, trying to do as much damage as possible, trying to distract, but this is not looking good. Can he force a TP before this Expo falls? Absolutely not. No repair, and it bites LawLiet so much that he didn't go for Nature's Blessing. What a blunder. A fantastic game for 20 minutes. And this is your mistake. He does have the backup plan. The mines will run out in 2 minutes.
A player's forces are under attack.
So maybe the tree can walk over. We got talents up. High damage. MGs instead of bears, so destroyers have less mana. Oh, Paul, that is not a bad question at all. It's mostly about their role. Mountain Giants are incredible tanks. 1600 HP, 12 armor, and medium armor. So when LawLiet did this, in Happy's army was mostly fiends with piercing damage. And piercing damage does reduced damage to medium. This is why Mountain Giants are better tanks. Against heavy armor, they do 100% damage. So that's a lot more damage against bears. And bears in general are more squishy. They have less armor and they have less HP. So he wanted to protect his Tri-Hero combo and the Dryads in the back. That's why Mountain Giants, even though they're incredibly expensive and hard to heal. And then you add some bears on top for extra damage with Roar, and Rejuvenation is also fantastic. And yeah, good point. Mountain Giants have hardened skin, so they can't be targeted by spells, while bears do. I think this is 100% the way Night Elves have to play. For a long time, they were of the opinion that you can't afford a Mountain Giant transition. Turns out you can. LawLiet, build the Expo once again, is soon out of gold. Happy is at 100, spending every single penny.
A player's forces are under attack.
What's the logic when piercing does more damage to heavy armor than medium armor? My friend, I did a 3-hour stream on exactly that topic, and I was of the opinion that heavy armor should take less damage from piercing. But that was just a fluke idea, and I didn't do extraordinary research on it. Happy is muscling things up with 7 abominations. We have to take care of these destroyers as fast as possible, and so far the crows have an enormous uptime. Fiends far forward. Destroyer number 1 has been destroyed, ironically. This is perfect though. 2 meat wagons in the back. There's disease cloud everywhere. LawLiet has no heal scroll, so it's gonna be very, very hard to fight against it. Fight poison with poison. One has the orbs and dryads, the other got disease cloud. Who's gonna win this one? LawLiet has the supply lead. Can he reach these wagons? Maybe. The supply lead is shrinking because 3 MGs are about to fall. That is 21 supply. Naga safe to the side, but not for long. And LawLiet takes map number 1. What a performance, especially in the early game. His patented Tri-Orb combo, a little bit of an abbreviation. And Happy couldn't find a solution in time. Banger, banger, banger game. I would say one of the best all week. Look at the graph go. Happy had a very good idea on how to close this out. LawLiet, though, had incredible scouting. We've seen Night Elves many, many times being in a good situation and then missing the moment when Happy starts pumping. How is everybody doing? Oh, Tinker. Happy aiming for a Tinker. That's interesting because I thought that he'd be going for an Expo. And then with a Tinker and Clockwork Factory, you have a good solution against expansions.
Are under attack.
Later on Rockets? Who will it hurt more? Rockets should hurt Undead more, no? Wasn't me with the first sub of the day. Hey Neo, did you know that your
Hey
VOD...
Neo, did you know that your VODs are just on 480p? Love to watch them but bad quality right now.
What? No, I did not. Since when? On Twitch? Or YouTube? Or both? That confuses me, bro. But the stream is fine, right? Hoodie came today. Love that thing. Oh, mate, I'm so glad you like it. It is also one of my favorite pieces of apparel. And glad you share it. Twitch VODs. I got no clue, man. But to be honest, Twitch VODs aren't monetized at all. So it's not necessarily a high priority for me. I would suggest watch VODs on YouTube. We got Rune Braces, an item that LawLiet wants in almost every matchup versus Undead. Except here! Because there's no Coil Nova in this Tavern Hero format. It's 1080p for me? Okay, liar then. Anyway, let's not get distracted of the fact that Happy is expanding and LawLiet as well, but with the Tinker, Clockworks, who almost is around here, careful buddy. This should be another cancel. We've seen the same on Northern Isles. We do have a surround now almost, but this should open up. Oh no, he is actually kind of trapped there. Clockworks are fighting the trees, a little bit overwhelmed here. It is a cancel, a late one. Not too much XP and not too much resources coming back.
The town is under siege.
Off we go then. Oh, or it's just over. Oh man, a frustrating start. This was of course the first loser's choice with Happy's hero choice, which makes it so that Happy has a lot of advantages. That was short and sweet, and I thought about late game army compositions and what rockets would be better against whatever. Or you just storm across, summon a pocket factory, overwhelm your opponent and win. And we go next. With LawLiet, you never know. It also comes down a lot to psychology. Must have been quite a boost to get map number 1. But map number 2 went pretty wrong. That is due to also due to the fact that the loser of the previous map can choose the hero. We have a special format here with only Tavern Hero. And the map. So you have a double loser's advantage. The last map could be that LawLiet thinks, okay, that was his first loser's pick there. He had the biggest advantage. I now pick my loser's map and I'm gonna own you the same way. Or he knows that he has this advantage now, loses the game regardless. And I think then the series is almost over, to be honest. So, yeah, hopefully that gave you a good introduction to the series.
Forces are under attack.
This is something that I have to adjust to. Oh, Dark Rangers. I have to adjust to. There's a lot of new people, and I try to be more explanatory in my casting instead of crazy hype. But I always, like, I forget that we are dealing with these players for 10 years straight. Other people might need an introduction to the players. Thanks for the reminder.
Players' forces are under attack.
So, Dark Ranger it is. I think this is a good start for both players. It's once again relatively obvious that they want to creep. Dark Ranger has the Black Arrow ability. If you kill a unit under the effect of Black Arrow, it turns into a skeleton afterwards. And then you got a Silence. And then you got Life Drain, which drains life from a target to you. And it's a good range attacker later on. Happy currently is always going for an expansion, it seems, but he got ghouls. And ghouls are one of the squishiest units that you can get on tier 1. And if there's a squishy unit, like a ghoul, like a headhunter, like a footman or militia, it's easy to turn them from ghoul with some Dark Ranger attacks into skeletons. And this is why this could turn out to be a good pick. Look at this. Skeletons already harassing. It is oftentimes a problem for Night Elf that they are under pressure, as you can see here, but they cannot counter pressure because they need every single damage source there is. I'm going to click on the Haunted to see if it goes down because there's action here with both of these armies. If the Haunted Goldmine disappears here, it has been cancelled. The same I said about ghouls is unfortunately, for LawLiet, also the fact about archers. They are very squishy, and there are skeletons on the other side. Skeletons are still working on it. Duration is almost over, and the ice tower is up. Happy micros the ice tower in the heat of the battle to reduce the attack speed to save his expansion. And he's canceling the expo on the other side. This masterclass. Dark Ranger coming in. It's so freaking close, guys. Dark Ranger is not the best right clicker. It's relatively low damage. And his own expansion is down. This could be 2-1 in just a bit. Moving out of Frost Tower, and Happy has to cancel. Saving LawLiet's game and maybe his series, but what now? Archers are constantly running away. Happy is hunting wisps, which are super important as they are quite expensive, and the Dispel Sewers. What a god, what a god, what a god. Seriously, guys, this was crazy. This was so good. Night Elves needed a lot of lumber. That's one of their faction-specific traits, that they need the most lumber. But LawLiet doesn't take the fight, doesn't really care. It is one base, with Happy only teching now. So we have a tech advantage on LawLiet's side. I was mostly talking negative because of the cancelled expansion, but now we have the cancelled expansion on the other side, and a tech advantage is like a 2-minute lead. Detonate dispels LawLiet's Skelly as well, right? Yes. Right? I think so too. It's a universal dispel, I think. No? It doesn't? No, no, no. Oops. Mea culpa. Or as we say in German, Schere. We got the Naga follow-up once again, similar to what we've seen before when the Dark Ranger was the 3rd hero and the Firelord was the 1st hero. Nice kills, more skeletons. Can we commit to this expansion? We got a staff on the Dark Ranger, so she can be surrounded and then get out via item. I'm not sure if this is enough damage. Trying to lay it in, but this is gonna be a lot of damage done. Switching it up, the Naga kill should be unpreventable. Trying to buy some time. Naga denied. No experience for Happy. And now soon it's time. Life Drain! Oh man, LawLiet is stalling so much time. This is smart. This is not something you see every day. Both players have to multitask as there are skeletons everywhere. Now it's time for TP soon. But every single second gives LawLiet a bit more time. Can he staff now, or is that too risky? Bro, Life Drain apparently has no cooldown. I mean, the cooldown starts when you start the spell, and if it goes through with the full duration, it indeed does have no cooldown. Gets the kill, and there's a synergy. Not everybody knows, I think. It's a very unique feature for the Dark Ranger. If she has the spells Black Arrow and Life Drain, you don't have to cast Black Arrow to create a skeleton. If you Life Drain and kill something with Life Drain, a skeleton pops out as well. So Life Drain basically has a built-in Black Arrow instead of the auto attack. Wait, if you kill it with life drain, you get a skeleton? Yeah, that was patched in like 1.30 or something, 1.31. It's been like 4 years or so. It was made to make life drain more attractive because there's no synergy between life drain and skeleton without it, right? You can either choose to get the skeletons, which are super strong, which you want all the time, or go life drain. Because it's a channeling ability, you can't go for any right clicks or any arrows during life drain. And this is how they were trying to fix it, which is actually pretty smart and a great solution.
A player's forces are under attack.
You have to have auto black arrow on and you have to have mana. Oh wow, I didn't know that. And Mr. Yours, it is obviously, I don't even know if I have to say that at this point, a huge pleasure to see you, you sexy beast. And nice that I can teach you one thing, for once. LawLiet has the expo up at 50%. Happy is also mining. Happy is catching up with the tier 3. LawLiet is not going tier 3, by the way. For now, it is 7 dryads, lots of them. There's easy counters to them. Basically, everything that has piercing damage and a favorable defense type, like buildings or fiends, is good. And level 4 Dark Ranger. Oh, life drain's getting good. You know Toxie, right? One of the best Night Elf and Pala rifle players residing in Germany. He must have a copy-paste of life drain values. He's telling me probably 4 years, life drain level 3 is the best nuke in the game. And it's true. Many people are surprised how effective that is. For Happy, you can see that this is not a great mid-game for him. Usually he'd have the second crypt up already, going mass production all the time. He's not even banking too much. LawLiet is getting camp after camp after camp. And it will be quite troublesome for Happy to get these levels. You see, he's 1 level ahead on the Dark Ranger, he's 1 level ahead on the Naga. He's probably gonna add a Fire Lord. Yes, it is the strongest single cast that is not an ultimate. Oh yeah, it's not a nuke. It's not a nuke. A nuke is instant, right? It's like a lot of damage from one point to the next. And that's not what Black Arrow does. As it's the channeling ability. Is it a channeling nuke? I don't even know how to call it. Do units killed by Black Arrow leave a corpse? No. You basically use the corpse. You get me, right? We get Frenzy, we get Destroyers. We break Upkeep on Happy's side. Similar to LawLiet, who's investing into buildings again. This should be at least... Yeah, there should be double shop again. Ancient of War up front, second Ancient Protector. He's banking on the fact that Happy is attacking the expansion, which can surely happen. What if Happy attacks the main? I have to correct myself. Against regular units, Entangle 3 is stronger by a lot. Oh, wow. Coryphean, that's why you got the VIP status, man. That's why you got the VIP status. Mr. Sharky, I saw that. I had no time for now. I will answer in a timely manner. We have a game to cast. You are at best secondary. You send another one. Okay, we'll see when there is time. Naga, nuke, being silenced as well. So sweet harass though. With Fork Lightning taking workers away. has been a trait that Night Elves have done to economies for quite some time, especially in mirror matches. This was quite expensive now, but again, it's time. And he's intercepting resources, reinforcements, now being caught up. Happy it's trying to block. With the help of the Frost Arrow, it turns out to be a little bit of a disaster for LawLiet. That's number 1 down. Dryads are fairly sturdy against normal damage. And of course resistant because they are magic immune. But it doesn't prevent them from being killed here. 2 down. LawLiet 2000 gold. Lumber issues though. There is no shredder on this map, so he has to fill the lumber void. Pit Lord. Oh, wow. The lumber void with wisps. Happy's Dark Ranger. Completely alone! There is no disable for Staff of Teleportation, but the damage should just be too much! Invo Potion to save her. This was incredibly expensive for Happy. LawLiet sticks around, trying to buy more time by forcing that town portal. Fork Lightning coming in. Happy with the reposition, with the counter focus, keeps the Dark Ranger alive, and now she got level 4 as well. Going Silence. I don't think Silence does... Oh, Silence cancels the life drain. That's smart, actually. This little fight here bought LawLiet maybe a minute. Samyana! Yo, thank you for the 34. This is such a protected expansion. And Happy is not pushing anymore. At least his window is closed.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh my god, look at this. It's chimeras coming. Casters on this channel have been incredibly critical of playing chimeras versus undead. With fiends and web, you can web them down and attack them with everything. They are pretty good in critical mass. They are incredibly bad if they're countered by banshees, and banshees are on the way. LawLiet has a little bit of a window, but not too much actually. Flute and Kodo Aura on LawLiet's side, which is amazing for chimeras. So much extra damage. The Pit Lord started with Howl of Terror. Destroyers are here to soak it up. Double level up, triple level up. 5, 4. The Pit Lord, of course, a little squishy, only on level 1. Here's the life drain. LawLiet basically plays the Dark Ranger as you would play a Dark Ranger in Direct Strike. As somewhat of a tank, of a stalling hero, as a little vanguard. Can you possess on-the-ground chimeras? No! By now, a couple of people think so, because that's the way it works in Direct Strike. But that's not the case in regular Warcraft. But I see why people are confused about it. Happy has a... He goes Necros. Oh! Happy didn't read this! Oh my god! With Banshees, the entire army would be protected because Chimeras do magic damage and the Banshees have an anti-magic shell that soaks up magic damage. But Happy, without having a clue, goes Necros, trying to overwhelm this base with like a lot of stuff. And wagons with siege damage, that's very good against buildings. But they don't have the anti-magic shell. They do have an ability called Cripple, which does exactly what it says. It's a... I have to lie. 75% damage reduction, but that is a single target spell. And if there's enough Dryads, you can get rid of it. And against the Necro wagons, Necros will spawn, or the skeletons will spawn in clusters. And Chimeras do area of effect damage. A lot. So the Chimeras, in theory, should get rid of the skeletons quickly with the help of like 1 or 2 dispels. And, good point by chat, he doesn't even have Cripple yet. It's only coming in now. It depends a lot of positioning. LawLiet with a 3rd base. We were kind of questioning on Northern Isles already. if that isn't the play. And we go for... Oh my god, the damage is gonna be crazy. We have Roar, that's 25% damage boost. We got Flute, that is I think 7%. And then the Kodo on top. This is what? Plus 42? Oh my god! Rip Bozo. Never fight at an undead base, my ass, dude. Which undead base? We do have the cripple, which is a 60 damn... LawLiet, what are you doing? Town portaling, I guess. Yep. That was odd. This is a 60 damage twist. Can someone paste the values of cripple?
The town is under siege.
Attack is rolling, but only against the third base. Both are at 80. Yeah, you can forget about that, buddy. %60 movement speed reduction, 75% attack. Oh, 50%. Wait. Movement speed minus 75, attack speed minus 50, damage minus 50. Crazy. It already looks insane when you look at the pure damage value, but this doesn't this is not DPS, right? This is one attack. So the real value is even higher, like twice as high, I guess. Still, happy with good control, has the chance to get a lot of kills here. This time, the chimeras aren't buffed up, so that's a bit of an issue. Cripple everywhere. Naga in trouble. She has nothing. Needs to get saved by the staff. LawLiet wants to try and keep the 2-base, 1-base advantage up. This is what he accomplished. And the burst damage of chimeras is insane when there is no anti-magic. Happy has the double temple. I'm very curious why he's not transitioning. Thank you, chat, by the way, for posting the values. 75% DPS reduction. That's so much. So let's say you have 4 chimeras and you cripple 3 of them. That's the same damage as if there's 1 uncrippled chimera. Gargs. Ooh. Okay. Attack is rolling in. LawLiet doesn't want to give this up. It's 6,000 gold here. Wisps. Can detonate. Should get rid of the skellies. That's a lot of wisps. Oh my god, this is so expensive. But he has the lumber. Where are the chimeras? They're coming from the left-hand side. They see the gargoyle now. They're not part of the fight. Oh, they are now. But for how long? He's trying to go to the wagons. Without wagons, no siege damage anymore. The pit lord is amazing with cleave. And he's so tanky. But how long can these chimeras survive is the question. Neck and neck fight. Level 3 on the pit lord. That's level 2 howl, actually. Fascinating decision. LawLiet at the moment doesn't have anything against the Gargs. He was quite surprised by that, I believe. Silence on the wisp, so they can't detonate. Great play by Happy. OMG. The attack is still running. LawLiet didn't macro. Mountain Giants are coming out, but they have their upgrades, but they're not coming out. This base is going to be toast, and the mains have expired. An unbelievable play by Happy once again against all odds. But we got Faerie Dragons coming in. Can they turn the tide again? They're not the best anti-air. LawLiet is getting beaten by 2 Gargs. That's ridiculous. Get rid of the Gargs! He's not focusing them. Unreal. Unreal. He's giving up on all the air. There's new skeletons coming in. The pit lord is still strong. Happy 54. The necros are a bad decision. When it comes to damage, we get life drain. Oh my god, is there a silence against them? The cleave! It's so hard! And LawLiet wins the last fight. I Eat my words. Leave the Gargs alone. Who cares? The hero focus was strong enough. Super close to level 6 as well. Dark Ranger would have reached level 6 soon. And Happy wasn't mining too much, eh? There was LawLiet's expansion at the north at the 12 o'clock. And he was still mining on the right-hand side. For Happy, we had a wagon, a Destro, 4 Necros, and that's pretty much it. And he taps out. Crazy, 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 crazy game. I thought Happy has this. And he was on the upswing. Look at the graph. For the first time in like, what, 5-6 minutes? He was ahead in total value. But the last moments of the fight with the addition of the Faerie Dragons and the AoE and the super strong Pit Lord, who turns out to be an incredible choice, LawLiet takes it home and is now match points versus Happy, who for the past 2 weeks have done nothing but practice Tavern Heroes. Anyway, we got bigger things to do to cast this game. Happy decides it's Naga time on Turtle Rock. Turtle Rock, a very, very old map. Hard to expand, relatively simple to rush. And Happy is already rushing. In the Night Elf's face right away, luring the creeps towards the Ancient of War. Couldn't cancel it. And I wonder what LawLiet is planning here now. LawLiet is an amazing League of Legends player. Will that help him here now as he has very little reinforcements? Gets a ghoul kill first and foremost. Naga rather hurt already. But the turtles didn't do much and Happy town portals away. Huh? Misclick with the rod? What the? Oh, thank you guys that you're as confused as I am, because what was that? Did he misclick with the rod?
Players' forces are under attack.
Holy moly, that gets rid of all his aggression. Misclick for sure.
A town is under siege.
This is so good for LawLiet, as he has a super slow build with Huntress. Huntress are amazing versus ghouls, and they're very good for creeping on this map, but they take time. And Happy just gave him that time, and LawLiet is styling. Look at this block! Look at the Naga crowd control. Gotta be careful to not be surrounded here. Don't have an Icarus moment here. Play it cool, play it safe. Wow, Happy has the Hercules task ahead of him now. Do they click items or do they use keybinds? I do not know this for specific players. You'd be surprised though by how many people click items. Happy always clicks items? I see. Incredible, incredible spot. Tech is almost done for both. LawLiet has an expansion coming up for this position. He can eat through the trees, tank it. And he just holds Happy hostage in his own base. I think Huntresses are so underwhelming. You do have a point. Huntresses are incredibly strong early on and incredibly bad later on. Here on Turtle Rock specifically, and a couple of other maps, they have the upside of normal attack type, which is good for creeping against, for example, turtles, where because of the medium armor type. It can be map specific. What makes them so great at the moment is that they have a bouncing attack that jumps from one target to another. And that is so good against ghouls and skeletons. I'm sorry to be a buzzkill, but it's Herculean, not Hercules. In German, it's Hercules. In Disney universe, it's also Hercules. I don't give a shit. But thank you for trying to educate me. It's a lost cause, though.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, wow. We go Huntress into double Ancient of Wind. That's a very unusual strategy that LawLiet is playing. It's either Talons to Cyclone or Mass Fairies, which we haven't seen in a long time. Regardless what it is, LawLiet needs quite some time. Herculean is the adjective. Hercules is the name of the hero. Herculean is the adjective created based on the name. And people say English is easy. Jesus Christ. I just mixed in some German. I think. Thank you guys. We all learned something today. I educate you about Life Drain. You educate me about Hercules. Win-win. What can Happy do against this expansion? Naga Tinker Push comes to mind. Oh, Ancient Django is the best item he could have found. Oh my god. So what you want, or what Happy wants, is to play Fiends, web down like 6 to 7 fairies, move back, take the fight, because then the number of fairies is reduced by 50% basically, right? But if you have more movement speed, that makes the kiting game so much harder. And this Ancient Django of Endurance gives the movement speed. What you also want as LawLiet is to boost the damage of the Faerie Dragons, because the damage is ridiculous. With 16 average damage and not the greatest attack speed, you need a lot. It's tickle damage. But Ancient Django of Endurance is also giving attack speed. So that's very good. And then, since you started with Huntress, you have the Huntress Hall already and can boost the attack strength, as he already did with the 1 and 0. That plus the attack speed, stronger fairies. Hunts against the ghouls, fairies against especially statues. And now LawLiet wants to distract from his expansion. I think this is a good play. I said it many times. Happy gets better and better against strategies the more often he plays against them, and we haven't seen this fairy play in a long time. Not the greatest start for LawLiet, I'd say. Piercing damage, amazing versus destroyers. By the way, Naga with the healing, nicely done. This save is super important. Happy is down 20 food, but it's 20 fairy food. We'll see how that goes. The Fire Lord puts in the damage, so is the Naga with the Fort Lightning. Slithers away once again. How many times have I been yelling here and saying, Night Elf players, why do you always lose your heroes? Not yet for LawLiet. Amazing saves. And he's not losing anything. A couple of fairies maybe, but they're also cheap. Sick fight. And it's only single hero. Level 5 now, but the great thing about fairies is they're magic immune. What's the best thing about the Naga late game? The spells. The Fork Lightning hits like a truck.
A player's forces are
Oh, fairies ignore trucks, apparently. 2 bases, 20 food up, second attack upgrade on the way. He could go Pit Lord again, actually. LawLiet, if he wanted to have more damage against Fiends on the ground. To fill the role of the Disappearing Huntress. Big mana now, tanky Fire Lord. Health of the Naga worries me a little.
player's forces are under attack.
Fairies also can deploy. And then they deal damage to everything that casts a spell in an area of effect. And they're super tanky in that flare form. So against statues, that's amazing. Against orbs, that's amazing. LawLiet might be losing a couple of units, but he takes Happy's acolytes off the Haunted Goldmine grid. And this is the night mining time. This is additional resources that go into economy. And this thing, it's going on and on and on and on and on. Does it not work versus orbs? Frost arrow? Does it not? Why the fairies disappear sometimes? I never understood the mechanic. Glad that you ask. They have another ability called phase shift. So with a certain cooldown, they dodge an attack. That costs mana. And has the cooldown, of course, but they basically dodge an attack.
A player's forces are under attack.
Attack by Happy. We got gargoyles. We mix in hippogriffs. Faerie Dragons are not that good against gargoyles, but hippos are. We get Devotion Aura as well for more armor. This time we have Nature's Blessing for the extra armor points on LawLiet's buildings. He has to engage soon. There's still 5 wisps, but the Naga is waiting with the Fork Lightning already. Hippos are coming in. The good thing about hippos is they're relatively sturdy, but you need them in numbers. They are enough to drive Happy away though, as he cannot afford much. Hippos probably heal up. Yep, and are ready for the next fight. I don't see another expansion by Happy anywhere. This is rare. That would be a crazy surprise. If it's a 3 and 1. Here we go, everybody! Hippos eat the Fork Lightning big time. Fairies disengage a little bit to not be too close to the gargoyles. Happy's trying to micro them away one by one, but shift focus by LawLiet once again. Naga level 6. 4-4 on LawLiet's side. Firelord, gotta be careful. They're not tier 3, by the way. They don't carry any orbs, and the supply gap grows smaller. Constantly looking for more expansions on LawLiet's side. 500 gold. It's a very expensive style he plays. Incinerate, by the way, amazing versus gargoyles if it goes through. Alchemist with heal spray. Interesting. Is Happy now switching gear into a more economical game? LawLiet has to build a big army.
A player's forces are under attack.
Backstab. Alchemist is very, very squishy as long as he doesn't carry a Ring of Protection. Fork Lightning again. He's just going straight for the Alch. He's diving so deep. I'm not too sure if that's worth it. There's also no TP. Alchemist falling finally, but at what cost? 5 supply ahead. Is LawLiet only? This was 20 at one point. Is he losing track? What's he aiming now? He's just running. He's just running. 6.4. Naga with Tornado can get rid of bases relatively quickly. Level 3 Fork Lightning will be amazing for LawLiet. Same for level 3 Incinerate. And he wants that level 5 at all cost. This is not enough though. Next attack. Is it tornado time? Is this a moment where Tornado is actually winning a game? Tickle damage with the little piercing damage that Gargs do to the ground. He might need that ultimate. He didn't use it. Oh, that might bite him. How long is Happy mining? 5 minutes.
A player's player's forces are under attack.
LawLiet, all he has to do is hold. And maybe get this one up. What a banger series, everybody. This close to 5. Massive upgrade.
A player's forces are under attack.
Might be an option to click tier 3 soon. For LawLiet. For more attack upgrades and for orbs. Great introduction to LawLiet. Yeah, I think he makes a lot of fans here tonight. Okay, Fort Lightning 3. Naga trails quite behind. Fort Lightning 1. Where's the second? Here we go. Acid Bomb on the hippos, but Scroll of Protection to counter it. Smart. And now Soul Burn. We got it up against the heal spray. Super good. Is this the turnaround, or will Happy's Gargoyles prevail? No more scrolls on any side. You gotta go with the fight. The hippos quickly disappearing. LawLiet, you need to produce, brother. We're aiming for the Naga. Maybe aim for the statues as well. Destroyer down! Oh, Happy's falling apart. Quickly!
Greetings
Level
from
4.
Amsterdam.
Here we
It's my
go.
birthday.
This might be it. He has nothing left on the field. A little desperate, aiming for that Naga. It's literally 2 statues and 2 heroes and maybe a dream. I don't know. It turns into a nightmare, that's for sure. LawLiet is mixing in new hippogriffs. This might be it, man. This is the victory lap, is it not? No TP. The Naga Frost Arrow is amazing. And that must be game. Level 6 for LawLiet being chased, but game it is. 3-1 on Happy's conditions, on Happy's losers map. LawLiet takes it home with 2 base Mountain Giants, with 2 base Chimera, and with 2 base Mass Fairies. What a legend LawLiet is. Kicking Happy down to the lower bracket. Extraordinary Night Elf gameplay, everybody. You know what the 2 biggest differences here were in this series? A, tactical variety, something that Happy is not used to. Also, tactical variety throughout a series, so Happy doesn't even get the chance to get used to anything. And LawLiet didn't lose heroes. So clean.